On what seemed like an ordinary day, a woman paid a visit to a pig farm. She expected only the familiar smells of straw and the rough chorus of grunts and squeals. But fate had prepared something different. Amid the chaos of the pens, her eyes fell on a frail creature struggling to survive, a small puppy, bones visible beneath his muddied coat, desperately scavenging for scraps among the pigs. The sight was heartbreaking. Every time he managed to grab a morsel, the larger pigs shoved him away, surrounding him with force and fury. Overwhelmed, the tiny dog scrambled toward the wall of the pen, his trembling paws clawing for escape. And then it happened. His eyes met hers. Wide, panicked, yet shimmering with a desperate plea, they locked on her as if begging for a chance, for a savior. The woman froze. Something inside her shifted, and she knew in that moment she could not simply walk away. Gently, she motioned with her hands, coaxing him toward an opening. Miraculously, he understood. The puppy darted forward, squeezed through the gap, and stumbled outside. His body was wet, filthy, his fur clumped together, but in that instant, he was free. Her relief was short-lived. Almost immediately, the dog retreated to the corner of a backyard where a heavy chain awaited him. His owner appeared and without hesitation fastened the chain around the pup's thin neck, as if freedom had been nothing more than a cruel illusion. The woman watched in disbelief as the starving puppy, still trembling, fought to share leftover rice with chickens pecking at the ground. His fragile body, his vacant eyes, his utter helplessness, it was too much for her heart to bear. She approached the owner, asking to take the puppy and care for him, but her request was met with indifference and dismissal. "It's just a stray," they said, shrugging, unwilling to let him go. That night, the woman went home unsettled, haunted by the puppy's pleading gaze. The next day, she returned. This time, as soon as the puppy saw her, he wagged his tail furiously, as though he had been waiting for her all along. He rushed to greet her, his body vibrating with fragile excitement. The woman knelt, whispering softly, and with each word, her determination grew stronger. She spoke to the owner again, not for minutes but for hours, explaining, persuading, pleading for mercy. Finally, after nearly 2 hours of tense conversation, the owner agreed on one condition: she would have to pay $50. Without hesitation, she accepted. The chain was unlocked. The puppy hesitated, then lifted his eyes to her once more. There was confusion, disbelief, and a flicker of trust. She gathered him into her arms, holding his shivering body against her chest. And in that moment, everything changed. On the ride home, he nestled close, pressing his face into her shirt, clinging to the warmth he had never known. The first thing she did upon arriving home was prepare warm milk. He drank with an urgency that broke her heart, finishing the bowl in minutes. Soon after, a veterinarian arrived to examine him. The diagnosis was grim: severe malnutrition, muscle wasting, a body weakened by hunger and neglect. Without intervention, his future would have been bleak. Yet there was hope. The vet prescribed a special diet: 5 small meals a day, a mix of nourishing foods and essential vitamins. She followed every instruction meticulously. 3 main meals, to snacks, hydration, supplements, all measured and prepared with care. But it wasn't only food that began to heal him. In her home, 2 other dogs approached curiously, sniffing the newcomer, tails wagging. Instead of hostility, they welcomed him. Soon they were by his side, sharing toys, coaxing him to play. The loneliness that had once darkened his eyes slowly began to lift. Day by day, his transformation was remarkable. The emptiness in his gaze gave way to curiosity. The way he once cowered in silence was replaced by hesitant steps, then playful jumps. After 2 weeks, his ribs no longer jutted out so sharply. His coat grew shinier. His weight began to climb. At his follow-up checkup, the vet smiled. The puppy had improved beyond expectation. He was strong enough for his first vaccinations, a crucial step toward a healthier life. The woman devoted nearly all her spare time to him. She fed him, bathed him, played with him, and whispered words of reassurance, as if he understood every syllable. Within a month, the change was almost unbelievable. The starving, broken animal from the pig farm had become lively, joyful, and full of energy. He chased after his new friends in the yard, wagged his tail at every call, and above all, looked at the woman with eyes filled not with fear, but with love and gratitude. It was clear to all who saw him, she had become his second mother. For the puppy, the days of hunger and chains were gone, replaced by warmth, care, and belonging. For the woman, his trust was the greatest reward, a reminder that compassion has the power to rewrite the fate of even the most fragile lives. Today, he lives in a world where he is no longer invisible. He eats well, runs freely, and sleeps peacefully, safe in the knowledge that he is cherished. His journey is a testament to what kindness can achieve. Sometimes, saving a life requires nothing more than patience, persistence, and a heart that refuses to give up. And so, the story of a puppy once chained in despair becomes a story of rebirth, hope, and the simple truth that every creature deserves love.